look at No Child Left Behind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the way it works. That's not the way life works. That's not the
What
way
we have done, we've dumbed it all down.
right? Natural selection does not work that
Hmm.
way.
Right. When you have schools in Oregon who are getting rid of graduation requirements because of, I'm just going to say it, because it's racist, math is racist, or because certain people can't meet the standards, we're going to just get rid of them. It's like you have just told an entire group of people that you don't have faith in them to perform. You don't have faith. You don't trust them to be able to work a little bit harder, maybe to get there. You're just going to say, oh, let's just do away with it.
Well, again,
Asinine.
it goes back to the whole like first they got rid of grades.
Mm-hmm.
They get rid of consequences when you're late. Like
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
God, we hand in homework late. When we handed in homework, things happened, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And
You
now,
learned never to hand in work late again.
right, and your grade mattered, and
Mm-hmm.
we took that away, and now everything's just kind of fluffy, and it's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, you've got it. So like I'm working with kids all the time that are their parents are like, well, they're like 6 months behind in all their homework. It doesn't matter to them.
But ask that parent, and I'm going to get on my teacher soapbox here a bit. You ask those same parents, are you making them do their work? Are you telling the teacher to dock their grade for it? What are you doing, parent, to make sure that, or are you the parent who's saying, well, you have to let him turn it in late. You have to let him turn it in on the last day of school. You have to let him turn it in and grade it. It's like, what is anybody learning from this?
Right.
So those same, yeah, those the parents may be frustrated, but I'm gonna challenge the parents to you step in then. Your teacher may not be able to, and in some districts you can't hold them accountable for that, but you as a parent can. You as a parent can tell that teacher, you dock their grade, knock their grade down, but then be prepared when your kid's grade isn't where you want it to be at the end of the grading period. You can't come after the teachers for that. You have to, if you want stuff done and you want your kid to learn, you have to let your teachers have the tools they need to make that happen. And
Well,
I failed, I didn't fail, but many kids failed in my classes, but they still loved me because they knew I cared enough to fail them.
yeah. Again, like you're when you're working with somebody who understands the concept of, consequences, then
Uh-huh.
it makes a huge difference.
Uh-huh.
But I always think that the parent teacher relationship should be they it
Team.
should be they should be together,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
the two of them actually, the child is the opponent,
Right.
not
Right.
the teacher.
Yep.
And that's something that, like I have to work with some families with, where it's like, well, we'll get on the teacher. No, 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 no. You cannot believe
Yeah.
everything that your child says.
You mean kids lie to get out of trouble?
No,
Not my kid. Not
no,
my kid.
no. My kid's perfect. My kid's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it needs to go back to, people need to, like, I don't know, take a step back, take a deep breath, and
Uh-huh.
stop overthinking everything, and just kind of
Yes.
trust their instincts a little bit and just parent.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot about our phrase a lot, and just parents, like everything needs to go back to the basics. We hear that a lot. We need to just get back to the basics. Well, do you know what the basics are? The basics are be held accountable for your own actions and start learning a little self-respect. Um, Help your kids learn a little self-respect.
And
And in a case, my son, I know, how to raise kids. And if a kid is sick, I know the parameters of it. And like, well, here's what we always did, sweat it out, right? Um, so I'm telling my son this when my grandson wasn't feeling well. And it's like, well, here's what we used to do. Um, and then and then my son was like, no, there's still something wrong. There's still something. So my son's instincts, now he's not, I would never have called him the sharpest tool in the shed growing up, you know. But he is intuitive and he knows his kid. And he's like, yeah, it's not that kind of sick, mom. And he, God bless him, he stuck to it, said, yeah, something's wrong. And sure enough, he had an ear infection. So we got that, they've got that straightened out. But yeah, if he's got a fever or whatever, like I said, I know the general parameters, I can get you through whatever. But if there's something specific that you need treated, then my son was on it. It's like, you know your kids. You know who they are. You know how they act. You are the expert on them. And you are the best parent. You're the best person to parent them.
Right.
I'm making up words now.
Just parent.